Talk to Imogen.
Keep out of my way, and I'll keep out of yours.
Cranky.
I thought Imogen was supposed to be in today.
What do you mean she's not in?
Try not to harass my techs too much. They have work to do.
Let me guess. Looking for Imogen?
I'm sure you can tell by now. She isn't here, which is a shame since I have several documents I need her to sign off on. She's always been the master of avoiding desk work. She hasn't stepped into the office since the maintenance closure. Probably abusing her paid time off again. I know for a fact she doesn't have any external meetings or business trips. I'm not even sure that's any business of yours, but I do enjoy keeping close tabs on my counterpart. Dare I ask why you need to know? Yeah, no thanks. Getting information out of Dalton is like talking to a wall. Besides, speculation is far more fun. I have Imogen's last location at Frankie's Grab and Go, which we all know is a front for the Sioka Syndicate. You'll want to get executive sign-off if you plan on chasing after her. I'd say Dalton is your best bet.
Okay.
Good. I'd hate to see what sort of drama might get stirred up if you went around him. Or maybe I'd love it. Keep the workplace interesting, right? Good luck finding Imogen. Oh, and if you do catch up with her, be sure to let her know I had everything to do with it.
I better do this right. Don't want you go breathing down my neck about it.
How did we get turned around?
April, I finished that research. Everything's right here.
No Imogen, I see. Could she really be onto us already? Of course, Yuko would know. If Imogen's with the Syndicate, I can't just send you after her. You'll need to speak with Benjamin Bayou. We have to make sure he's aware of the situation. If we're lucky, he may even help us get to Imogen. Good, because without it, this adds a complexity that we do not have time for. Head over to the trade tower and be discreet. Let Bayou know that you're there on Ryujin's behalf. He may ask for credits or even a favor. Just give him what he wants.
Okay.
The sooner, the better. We don't want to give a clever mind like hers any more room than we have to. Just be sure to bring her back here in one piece. If she's truly the mole, she'll have a lot to answer to. If she resists or tries to run, we have no choice but to take it as an admission of guilt. I'm afraid you'll have to dispose of her.
Understood.
Imogen has the potential to do this company a great deal of harm with her knowledge. She knows the consequences of betraying Ryujin, which makes her dangerous. If the situation does take a turn for the worst, I only ask that you perform a thorough search for any evidence she may have in her possession. I trust you won't let your past relationship cloud your judgment.
I've been waiting here for ages. Get lost. I have a job to do.
Galbank ATMs are spread throughout
The final scores were surprisingly tight, with Tayo Astroneering earning
The music is amazing!
Staff only. Yeah.
If you're wondering what that smell is, it's...
I don't recall sending for anyone. What do you want? No. I can always make time when it comes to an old friend. So, what would be the reason? I may consider Ryujin an ally, but Dalton especially knows I don't give anything blindly. As long as it doesn't involve the Syndicate members themselves, I'll tell you what. I'll make sure the Syndicate lets you in hassle-free, provided you do a little something for me. Excellent. One of the Syndicate leaders, Kumio, has a slate with some information on it that's better off in my hands. Agree to bring it to me, and you've got yourself a deal. Ryujin's got themselves a real keeper. Check in with Ms. Moore at Frankie's. I'll send word along that you're to be expected, so she shouldn't give you any trouble. Fair warning. The Syndicate should let you search any common areas. But if Kumiho catches you snooping around her own quarters for that slate, I'll just say, be prepared for some hostilities.
Okay. I'm a little busy right now.
Need something? Hope you're a paying customer. Oh, you're the one getting special treatment. Huh. I knew you was some sort of trouble. I've got one rule for you in there, so it shouldn't be hard to remember. 3rd floor is off limits. They catch you snooping around, and it's open season. Don't worry, she wouldn't be allowed up there either. For the record, I'm only granting you access because I have to. You'll find that young lady you're looking for holed up in a room almost straight ahead. Just remember to keep your eyes on the prize. The less you consider this an open house, the better.
Figured
Hey,
our
hey,
paths
how's it
would
going?
cross sooner or later. Not that I thought I was safe, but I never expected anyone to just
we
slip
just-
by all the syndicate here.
We just continued on through some of the Ryujin quest line here. We've got 3 missions left before we finish it.
I had a feeling you'd be the one to come after me.
Let's see.
I know this doesn't look good, but I had no choice. Ularu set me up. Yes, I've been acting as a double agent, but because she ordered me to. The assignment was meant to deceive, not benefit. And Project Dominion is way above my pay grade. It'd be impossible for me to deliver it. At least, intentionally. Of course. But first you have to understand, she used me to play an unwitting part in this, so I'm the one that takes the fall. That's why I said it'd be impossible for me to intentionally pull this off. Look, I only know about Project Dominion because I wanted to know exactly what I was being accused of leaking. But that tech is dangerous. An internal neuroamp that can theoretically control other people? If the evidence points to me, it's because Ularu used it to set me up. What better way to frame someone than to take control of their mind and have them actually perform the actions? Because she knows I'm the most believable target. I'm the only one at Ryujin with the skills to even come close to being able to pull off a job like this. Power, of course. Corporations maintain their success by any means necessary, but there are some measures Masako is reluctant to take. You may have noticed that none of your assignments directly involve murder. Masako reserves those actions only when it's absolutely necessary. Ularu sees this as a sign of weakness that needs to be dealt with. It's the only scenario that makes sense. Besides, what's my motive? My career is solid at Ryujin. Infinity can't possibly beat my current benefits. Believe me, after having to play double agent, I've learned all of this firsthand.
Okay.
Yes, it's what the technology does, and it explains why the evidence against me is so solid. Come to think of it, it also explains a few strange bouts of disorientation I've been having the past few months. That's exactly what I've been doing here. Ularu has the skill to pull this off, but she's also been behind a desk for years now. I knew she'd miss something. This slate holds all the evidence against her. I just need you to deliver it to Dalton. It's the only way I can prove I'm innocent. I was hoping you would. I'm still going to lay low until I hear the coast is clear. As long as Ularu still thinks I'm on the run, she'll remain confident that her plan is working. And I know you don't hear it much around the office, but thanks.
Okay. Now, we need to be sneaky and get this slate.
I'm watching you.
Cool. It's supposed to be like a vent or something somewhere.
No funny business.
You try anything, you're dead.
Well, we can do this. Okay, there are people out there. I have not played it.
Who cares? Who's gonna stop me? I'm watching
Stop
you.
yourself if you're not careful. I knew a guy whose sense of time was so messed up on Aurora, he literally tripped while being chased by security. Fell right over the rail.
Okay, fine. Made your point. No dipping into the supply or not the job. So, you got the damn stuff or not?
Let's do a quick save just in case. Crap, we turned around. Yeah, play a waiting game.
Maybe you could talk to Frankie. Ask her if the dragon
save again. Alright, we'll wait a second for that to recharge so I can do it again. Drop down. I'm glad I found this ability yesterday when I was trying to sneak around.
Hey, ever catch sight of the boss?
Protection. Money.
You know I went to chef school.
Our trained and certified physicians are qualified to
Already holding 16%. Your safety is almost guaranteed.
enhance your life. Here at Enhance, Sharper Full Range.
My ship goes long again. My
Save it for someone who gives a damn.
Yeah, I didn't say anything to you, Mr. Security Guard.
I used to be an actuary. Now look. Ever wonder how the Crimson Fleet seems to be everywhere?
Ah, Ryujin's latest returns. I trust you've got what I wanted? I'll always say the best thing about working with Ryujin is you never fail to come through. Things aren't always flawless, but the end result is always beneficial.
Let's see. As long as it always benefits for Ryujin Industries, I'll always be happy to help.
It's been a pleasure. And tell Dalton I'll expect he'll send me any updates on this little situation of his, should it have any effect on my business.
I am not walking across the city again.
Well, look who's back. So tell me, what did you find out? I had a feeling you'd say that. Enjoy your time with Dalton. It'll all trickle back to me sooner or later.
I like how they say that was optional. Well, I guess optional as you could have spilled the beans. But it's like optional when
This deal could be.
he's waiting for you right at the elevator.
I hate waiting. It's just more time to dodge.
You're back. And Imogene? So you did find her, and yet failed to bring her in. I'm looking forward to this explanation. Well, this evidence complicates the situation if it points to Alaru. It's going to take me some time to pass, because if it's legitimate, we need absolute certainty before making the accusation. You realize, if Imogene has misled you, she'll be long gone by now. Now, I need to undertake the laborious task of writing up a report to summarize all of this. In the meantime, Masako has requested your presence in R&D. She wants you to meet her in Vinakara's office. Once I've examined this evidence, I may need your help in moving forward. And not a word about this to anyone. I'll present what I have to the board once I've completed a full report.
Keep out of my way, and I'll keep out of yours.
Okay.
Don't cause any trouble.
Don't make me.
I've got my eye on you.
I need that Rothicite if we want to complete the neuroamp.
Good, you're here. It's time to put a plan in motion to take full control of this situation with Infinity Ltd.
Alright.
In due time. We don't know to what extent Infinity has taken the current neuroamp schematics, so our top priority is completing our own. Let me introduce you to Veena Kalra, Head of Research and Development. She'll give you the initial details.
Yes, details. You see, the internal neuroamp is supposed to consist of two parts. The first part, the part Infinity stole, handles the manipulative effects. The second part is a shielding modification designed to protect the user against other neuroamp users.
Okay.
Oh yeah, marketing and finance wouldn't have it any other way.
No one wants their greatest asset used against them. Once Veena can complete the internal neuroamp and shielding mod, the plan is to outfit you with both and have you infiltrate Infinity Ltd. We can't risk the assignment until we know your mind has the necessary protection. Good. That's all I wanted to hear.
And all I need is the last piece of the puzzle. The final kink in both designs was finding compatible materials to use for conductivity that the human body wouldn't reject. I've finally created the perfect alloy, but it requires a newly discovered refined element called Rothicite.
Which is where I come in. We have a confidential contract with Consolidated Mining to gather, refine, and ship the Rothicite straight to us. Their last shipment is late, and neither we nor Consolidated Mining have had any communication with the Carinay station.
Alright.
We not only expect it, we demand it. The outpost has been performing as expected up until now, which is why we're concerned.
We need you to head out there, secure the shipment, and bring it back here so Vina can complete her prototype. And I want to know what happened. We need to take any safety measures to make sure this doesn't happen again.
Alright.
The mining station is CM Station RC-1. It's on a moon called Carinae 3A in the Carinae system. The shipment should be in the research and control tower, but the outside doors are kept locked down. This keycard will let you enter the mines so you can access the tower from the inside. Good luck.
Once we have the rocket
Entire station was
finally
wiped out
set
by
my plan in motion.
something.
Don't worry. I'm on my 12th iteration of this design.
Been here before.
You look well.
We are probably going to want to change our weapon out. Where's the entrance? There we go. Okay, come on. No? You just wanted to headbutt me? Okay. What? Come on. I should probably... What? Kitty cat. One in my lap.
Target fled the area.
We've got the weight capacity to take them. Ooh. Hello, friend. Where are you? Not that one. Okay, that didn't do as good as a job as I thought it was going to do. That went quick. That's not the one. I need something that shoots quickly. Gun doesn't shoot fast. Let's see. Nope, that's not what we had. God dang it. Elsewhere.
Please respect priority docking for emergency patients. The clinic welcomes all.
got anything you need to offload? Trade authorities always buy. Kiosk right here for you.
This area's off limits. Authorized personnel only. An outbreak? I haven't heard anything about this. Understood. Here's an access card. Good luck.
That was easy. That was very easy.
Sean, I don't want to go over this again. I'm tired, all right? Just not today.
You can't be okay with this, though, right? You took an oath, and I'd say this is a firm violation.
Look, we got that shipment. Although who knows what Faye expects me to do with it. But maybe approvals really are on the way. Now please, get back to Kai. Make sure his vitals are stable. I don't want to lose him. We'll figure this out. I promise.
Fine. But if we lose Kai, that's it. I'm going to SSNN. I don't give a shit about my career anymore.
You and me both.
Need to use this computer. We wait 2 hours. Does he leave his office? He does. That was a mistake.
If you need anything else, just let me know.
That was relatively easy.
cause any trouble.
Nice to catch you in the office.
Is that my beautiful shipment? You were right about this one, Masako. Looks like it. This should be more than enough. Now, I shall excuse myself and get to work on finalizing this prototype.
So, what did you learn about CM Station RC-1? Lucas must be desperate if he hired them to collect the Rothicite. Were there any survivors? Good. I may not condone murder, but I refuse to have sympathy for indiscriminate killers like Ecliptic. Especially after massacring innocents working for us. Now, I also had a report that you were spotted at the clinic. I take it you traced the shipment there? I figured it was related. And were you able to determine the purpose of this secure wing?
Yeah.
So, it sounds like Lucas has reached a new level of desperation to ensure his future as CEO. I'll make sure Yuko's team extracts every bit of information they can from the clinic's database on this. Between hiring Ecliptic and unauthorized human trials, we have enough to take Lucas down for good. And with the Rothicite secure, it's almost time for us to make our move. It certainly is. And it's also time to inform the rest of the board on the current situation. Head up to the executive floor and speak to Dalton. He has an update for you on the mole's identity. I've called a meeting, and I expect you to attend. It's time to put the final plan in motion.
Hey there.
Okay. I thought we took something to cure that.
Don't wander into any restricted areas.
Good. You're right on time. I reevaluated all the evidence. It took every resource I had, but the final answer is clear. Ularu is the mole. Yes, you made the right call. I've briefed Masako and discussed her plans on handling this. While we both agree Ularu is guilty, we need irrefutable evidence before presenting this to the board. For now, we lead everyone to believe that Imogene was the mole, and the situation was dealt with. Good. Keeping Ularu in the dark is the key to taking her down. Masako has tasked Ularu with writing the program to bring down Infinity Ltd. We believe she'll take the chance to incriminate Masako within the program, so this could provide the evidence we're looking for. You will be tasked with the assignment to infiltrate Infinity, so before you go, I want you to bring that program to me.
Okay.
Good. Once Ularu believes she's properly deflected any suspicion, I have no doubt she'll be bold enough to hide something within whatever program she writes. Now, let's attend a meeting. We called you all together to discuss a recent security breach. We discovered a mole within the company who leaked vital information about Project Dominion to Infinity Ltd.
You've got to be kidding me.
Just don't tell me it's Vina. I think we've all noticed she's not here.
Before you speculate any further, no, it's not Vina. The guilty party is Imogene Salzo, much to my disappointment. Our operative here obtained the evidence to confirm it.
Dalton, how does something like this happen?
Imogene is highly trained. Ularu can even speak to that. We demand the best. So that's the threat we deal with.
I may have well-trained operatives, but security is your responsibility, Dalton. This is a huge failing on your part.
I accept the responsibility, but let's not forget, the mole has already been exposed and dealt with.
Of course, thanks to another of my operatives. Watch me.
Imogene's been dealt with, so bickering is pointless. All I care about is reacquiring our property and what this might be costing us financially.
Vina is completing the internal neuroamp prototype as we speak. Our operative will receive the implant, infiltrate Infinity Ltd, and obtain any and all research. I have it on good authority. The experimentations they've done to replicate the missing pieces of our work have resulted in fatalities.
Let's see.
I can't imagine the mess their legal department has on their hands.
If I may make a suggestion, we should give this evidence to David at SSNN. It's the best neutral method of releasing this information to the general public.
That'd make my job easier.
David it is, then.
Masako, the internal neuroamp is ready if you want to send down the candidate.
I hope you're ready for this. And that's precisely why I know we can count on you. Vina will be waiting for you in the neuroamp division in R&D. Once you're done, meet me in my office. Be ready to discuss the details of your next assignment.
What are you doing? Sit or lay down? Sit or lay down? Or jump down. Thank you.
My career will be over if this deal falls through.
Are you sure you're okay?
I've got
You
my
left
eye
pretty
on
fast.
you. I'm fine.
Double check those measurements are right.
I am
Anesthesia
not
always.
permitted to perform medical practices.
Ah, here's my lucky candidate. I hope you're ready to embark on one amazing journey.
I'm excited to be part of it.
Yes, I always love a willing subject. Now, just a few details before we begin. Obviously, we'll be putting you under. I'll be making a small incision in the back of your skull where the internal neuroamp will be fitted. The whole procedure should only take 3 to 4 hours with little to no downtime afterwards, provided DeMarcus got everything entered correctly.
Did I not just say I quadruple-checked the numbers?
You know I'm just giving you a hard time. Besides, I've got to make sure my patient is reassured.
I'm sure everything's gonna be okay.
Of course. We've got, what, 5 PhDs between the two of us?
6, but who's counting?
All I'm saying is that you're in good hands. Now, just lie down on the table once you're ready, and we should be good to go.
That's a chair.
All right, let's get this party started. Well, well, look who's finally up. The operation was a success, obviously. Once you're able to refocus, let me know how you're doing. So, how are you feeling? You look good? That's exactly what we want. Just a couple quick notes before using the internal neuroamp. First, you can only influence one person at a time. And second, the effect is temporary, so be prepared if you use it in a combat situation.
Okay.
Great. Now let's test this sucker out. DeMarcus has graciously volunteered for science, he says.
Alright.
That's the spirit. DeMarcus loves being hands-on and experiencing things on his own. It's probably why he's the second most published scientist here, after me. Just head up the stairs nearby to the observation deck.
This is pretty close to the end of the Ryujin quest line. And then we've got Unearthed, which is the final mission of the base game, or the main game. And I don't know if we're gonna... Depends on where we get to tonight and tomorrow if we hit any of the remaining activities. But we should be able to finish it this week. Okay. What's he doing? Yeah, Baldur's Gate's gonna be fun. Yeah, Baldur's Gate's gonna take a while.
Oh my god, that was incredible. What was it like?
Wow. How to describe it? 1 minute I was excited about seeing how the experiment would go. The next, I had a brief moment of disorientation and figured I must have lost my train of thought. It felt eerily natural. And yes, I admit it, just as you predicted.
I knew it, I knew it, I knew it! I can hardly wait to finish writing up my latest dissertation. And you owe me 100 creds.
I'll be keeping myself under constant surveillance now. I'm curious if any other side effects may manifest.
So, tell me all about it. How did it feel? Any side effects?
I didn't feel anything at all.
Yes. Good. Hear that, DeMarcus? That's 2 for 2 now.
I heard. It really was fascinating how all I experienced was a moment of disorientation. It's truly remarkable tech.
I agree.
When it comes to your job, you bet it does. Besides, the neuroamp isn't total control. If a subject's morals or beliefs in something are strong enough, we still see points of failure. That being said, it's been interesting to discover the actions our subjects sanction in their own minds.
Okay. As much as I'd love to go over the details and potential of this amazing piece of technology I created, Masako wants to see you. It sounds like you have an assignment to complete, and DeMarcus and I have a lot of notes to record.
You want to chat? Find DeMarcus. He's always willing to talk someone's ear off.
Hey, it's getting better.
Can't get anything done around here without running into red tape.
Hang around too long, Vina will try to test some of her work on you.
Good, you're here. Now that you've been outfitted with the internal neuroamp, it's time to put that tech to work. We're sending you into Infinity Ltd. Lucas Drexler is about to learn exactly why you don't steal from Ryujin Industries.
Alright.
And wish he shall, every day, while he rots away in prison. Alright. Yuko has provided a layout of Infinity Ltd. You have 2 options for this assignment. We'll be providing you with the means for both. Option A, you gain entry through their maintenance access on the roof. Option B, we give you an assigned identity and arrange a meeting for you. Just hope those acting skills don't get you caught or killed. Now, depending on your preference, you'll either find yourself in the maintenance hallway or the marketing department. From there, you have 3 targets. First, you have Lucas Drexler's computer, located in his office on the executive floor. Second is Faye Sengsavan's computer, in research and development. And third, you need to obtain the prototype they are working on, also in R&D.
As you can see, you've several floors to traverse, so I hope you're prepared for an adventure.
Nothing a good operative can't manage. Now, I had Ularu create a program that you need to run on both Lucas and Faye's computers. I'll let her explain the details.
You see, once we expose Infinity Ltd., all of their data is going to come under intense scrutiny. We only want the public to know about their mercenary hires and unauthorized human trials, but Project Dominion needs to remain confidential. I've created an overseer program that will gather all the evidence we need, and at the same time delete anything relating to Ryujin and the internal neuroamp.
So the public will never know.
Exactly. And what the public doesn't know doesn't hurt them. Now, we don't want to mess on this one. A body count will only distract from what we're trying to accomplish here. Simon Rychek provided some useful info on how to evacuate civilians from the building. I'm sure you remember him from Sidonia. Infinity's maintenance crew is understaffed. It's only a matter of time before pressure gauges go unchecked and they have a massive issue on their hands. Once that pressure becomes too much, every floor in the building is going to suffer from gas leaks, setting off an automated alarm to evacuate the building. Simon was able to get a passcode for you to access their system's computer, so you can force the heating system to fail.
Alright.
I'd highly advise you use it. This assignment isn't the time to test your abilities. The only thing you're out there to prove is that you can get this job done. We're also issuing you an operative suit. It should help reduce their ability to detect you. These suits are typically reserved for the senior ranks, but we want to reduce as much risk as possible. And that's what we're hoping for. If you can pull this off, even I'll be impressed.
Once you've run the Overseer program and obtained the prototype, your final step is to deliver the slate to David Barron at the SSNN field office. If he asks questions, feel free to give him just enough information to pique his interest, but no mention of Ryujin or who you are. SSNN is used to anonymous tips. They'll do whatever verifications they deem necessary on their own to confirm the story.
Alright.
It certainly will, and we'll have front row seats. So, any final questions before you go?
Let's see. What kind of security?
Depending on whether or not you evacuate the building, you'll mostly be looking at security guards, much like we have here. You may encounter an automated defense system in the form of turrets as well, so be careful. You'll be restricted to the marketing floor. An appointment is not a free pass.
Okay.
You have the ability to manipulate others. If someone's in your way, you could get them to move. If someone has a keycard, that means you have a keycard. The possibilities here are really up to you. Good luck, and be sure to report directly back to me when you return.
Here's Simon's passcode, your operative suit, the Overseer program, and your cover identity. Your cover ID card is encoded with roof entry and elevator access, so that's your ticket in, either way. Don't screw this up, Skylar Lumen.
Alright, and now...
The Eugen CEO
take this to Dalton to make sure the program is clean.
Do you have the program? With pleasure. So, let's take a look. Aha. The decryption's hit a snag. There's definitely something here. This is exactly what we needed. According to this code, Ularu intended to plant false evidence that would show Masako was working with Lucas. The moment you launched the Overseer program, a series of fabricated communication files would have been uploaded to the Infinity Ltd network. One of them even frames Masako for encouraging Lucas to push for early human trials. I'm going to copy the necessary files off this slate and issue you a new one. I want to keep this one intact, so Ularu can't dispute it. All right. Now, we finally have the evidence we need to prove Ularu's guilt.
Interesting.
Yes. And had you not brought this program to me in the first place, you would have been the one planting the false evidence. Without that falsified evidence, Ularu is in for a big surprise. I fully expect she'll be eagerly awaiting SSNN's broadcast, anticipating Masako to be accused alongside Lucas Drexler. Here's the new slate with the revised Overseer program. Let's get this assignment finished the right way.
Fancy.
Keep out of my way, and I'll keep out of yours.
This deal could be huge for my company.
So this is the part of this mission that may not let us finish this tonight, because I think it's going to be long.
Ranger.
Though we do have plenty of time. Use this skill point. So we can use our identity and get kind of just stuck to the marketing floor, or we can go to the roof and navigate through vents. I think roof would be. Let's go roof. I like that.
non-essential personnel must evacuate the building. Please find the nearest exit and contact emergency services.
Creative.
We've got to hit the alarm!
Keep your eyes peeled. Possible suspect in the area. I'm going for it. Cover me!
Hey! Come out!
Couldn't have gone far.
Oops.
You had your chance!
Contact lost. Pack it in. We'll get them next time.
ID card. I think I missed an ID card. I am using a different program, so I've got hands now. I can use my hands. I've always had the ability for it. Yeah, I added the ability in version 2 of it. I just didn't like the way I was attempting to do it the first time, and then I found a new program. Yeah, the stance is a little different, and you can see when I pick my hands up, and fingers work. You can see when I scratch my head, rub my nose. This also has the ability for full body, which I haven't played around with yet. Yeah, you can see how much I rub my nose when I'm sitting here. Knew that was gonna wear off. going as I planned.
Of enlightenment in organized...
Kill for a cup of coffee right about now.
It wasn't super clean, but we didn't kill anybody. We didn't have to, actually.
You can't go in. You just can't.
But David's
We're
my
close to the
friend.
action here
He
in
writes me.
Atlantis. Prime position report on the big stories that affect the United Colonies. Can I help you?
But I came all this way.
Well, I'll be the judge of that. What's this so-called story about?
Maybe get you a ticket to a speaking gig he's got. That's all I can do.
Corporate greed claims victims once more. And you have evidence to support this claim. Perfect stranger or not, we won't air anything without some sort of hard evidence. I don't suppose you want to tell me how you got this evidence. I figured as much. Is there at least a name I can cite as my source? Why am I not surprised? As long as the evidence is adequate and verifiable, I expect it'll be aired within the hour. if not sooner. Now, if you'll excuse me, I obviously have some work to do.
All right.
David Barron is the most famous journalist in the settled systems.
Another day, another shift.
Oh, I can't just zip to the ship. Sucks. Let's see. Oops, come on. Go here. What you whimpering about back here? See if they're mad that I set alarms off. Yeah.
Don't cause any trouble.
I've yet to hear anything of note on SSNN. Let's hear your report. Good. David won't be able to resist a story like this. He'll do some preliminary confirmations, which will be enough to get the broadcast out to the public. And how did the neuroamp perform? I thought it would be. So now it's just a waiting game for SSNN to break the news. Once the story airs, we have another board meeting scheduled to decide how to handle Infinity. Go ahead, Maeve.
The SSNN broadcast has started. Shall I patch it through?
Yes, thank you.
Infinity Ltd. and Lucas Drexler are currently under investigation for a number of violations, including murder for hire, unauthorized human trials, and corporate theft. Authorities representing the UC and the Freestar Collective have been dispatched to a consolidated mining station and the clinic. Both locations are believed to hold numerous victims. Drexler's motivation appears to be an attempt to launch a new product based off stolen information from a competitor. The details on the project itself and the competitor have yet to be confirmed. This has been David Barron for SSNN.
Perfect. This exposure puts Infinity right where we want them. The meeting will begin momentarily, but I want you to discuss the options we have with the other members. Infinity's net worth is about to hit rock bottom, so this gives us the opportunity to win a little more public faith. Quite right. The truth is, we'll be making evaluations. We'll shed any employees who don't make the cut, slowly but surely. By incorporating Infinity, we eliminate a competitor, get their best employees and contracts, and all while boosting our public perception.
Sounds like a win-win.
I'm glad we're on the same page. Which is why I'd like you to talk to the board to convince them this is the right move. There are several who might disagree, and you have the perfect tool to help sway them. Good. You'll find most of the board members in their offices preparing. Vina is also here, waiting for the meeting to start. We'll need at least 50% of the vote to go our way. In the event of a tie, I will make the final decision. I trust you'll get it done.
Okay.
Don't wander into any restricted areas.
That's the fun part.
If only there were more hours in the day. If you need something, make it quick. I'd like to make sure my arguments are solid before this meeting. You heard correct. I've every reason to believe that Infinity Ltd. Is the Pandora's box of corporations. All right, I could use the entertainment. Tell me why Infinity is a good asset. You're right. Perhaps I am focusing too much on the negatives. I'm finding myself unable to disagree. Huh. Well, what do you know? I think you just convinced me. Talent like yours belongs in the courtroom. Don't even get me started. First off, if I find out you used that device on me, I will tie you up in court on whatever charges I can conjure for the rest of your life. Second, that tech is one major human rights violation that no legal team wants to fight. I'll do whatever I can to make sure it's either severely delayed or collects dust in storage. In an ideal situation, yes. And I suppose creating that ideal situation is within my power. Now you've made it sound like a proper challenge that I can't help but accept. Masako is lucky to have you at her disposal, you know? You may be the greatest asset, aside from the internal neuroamp, that Ryujin has. This exchange has been surprisingly insightful. But now, I really do need to get back to my notes.
Okay, one down.
This meeting should prove to be very interesting. I assume Masako briefed you on her preferred outcome. That blasted tech. If it were up to me, I'd have shut down Project Dominion a long time ago. I knew it was a grave security risk, and look what happened. I suppose you're right. As long as I'm fully aware of the risks, I can properly account for them. My first priority will be to get the board and all security members set up with shielding as soon as possible. Plus, if we vote to acquire Infinity Ltd., we're about to add a significant workload onto my team. The last thing I want to deal with are any more incidents this new neuroamp might cause. I imagine we're looking at months of work. Infinity Ltd. Is obviously not known for their security. I only hope that Masako and the others will be patient with the process. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have some preparations to make. We'll be announcing Ularu's termination of employment at this meeting, so I need to have security ready to escort her off the premises.
Okay.
I've got my eye on you.
Okay.
I'm glad we're making an effort in our appearance today. Just the person I wanted to see. I want to get all the details locked down for this meeting, and I believe you to be one of the best sources available. Good. I prefer first-hand feedback when available. You've had the chance to encounter members of Infinity LTD throughout your assignments here. Do you think they're worth redemption? And why? Saving the jobs of thousands is altruistic, which is not a luxury corporations have. It's a financial burden. It would be a huge undertaking on my part. This is true. Infinity never had the financial resources to match our salary offers. Getting what few capable employees they have at half the salary we typically pay here could have major payoffs in the long run. Next question. What is your opinion on how Masako handled the mole situation? And why do you feel it was well handled? Please note I'm not disagreeing. I just want to know the why behind your statement. Being prepared for anything is a great asset, one that Masako excels at. I appreciate the insight. I suppose I should ask if there's anything I can do for you, considering how helpful you've been. It's the next big step for Ryujin Industries. Financially, it'll keep us secure for years to come. There's no doubt it's our future. This has been rather enlightening for me. I appreciate the time.
If operations starts to bore you, let me know. You'd make a perfect lab rat for the R&D team. And how's my favorite patient doing? Not seeing any temporal memory flashes or losing time, I hope.
Not that I've noticed.
That's great. I'd say Project Dominion is ready for legitimate human trials in that case. One step closer to seeing market approval. Genevieve is going to be so excited. So, tell me what you think of the neuroamp. Well, not the most extensive feedback I've ever heard, but at least it sounds like it's working. So the next question is, what will the fate of Infinity LTD be? That's what I'm hoping for. They may be the underdog, but that doesn't mean they don't have a brilliant mind or two. Well, this has certainly been the most interesting conversation of my day. All we can do now is look forward to the meeting, right? See you in there.
Is Masako checking up on me to make sure I'm on her side? In this business, there's always a side. And right now, I'm backing Masako. We just need to grab Infinity LTD while it's got the public's full attention. I'm all about free PR, especially when it's painting us in a good light. I'm sure I can squeeze enough goodwill out of this to last us at least a year. Well, you have my attention. Of course, which is why I know it requires some very delicate handling. But unlike Alexis, I believe we can get the proper restrictions and regulations in place to have a marketable product. We do it every day with weapons we arm ourselves and our ships with. Don't I know it? I think Alexis and I are truly gonna have our work cut out for one another. We'll discuss security ramifications with Dalton, and I'm sure there are alterations, safety nets, if you will, that we'll need from Vina. It's sure to be quite the undertaking. Well, it seems your talents really do stretch beyond just being an operative. Good talk. Maybe I'll even consult you on future endeavors.
Okay, one more. And I left it for last because I don't know how it's gonna go.
Did Masako send you to try and convince me to acquire Infinity Ltd? I think we both know that's not going to work. Our public perception is good enough. If you ask me, reaching out to save Infinity just makes us look weak. The internal neuroamp gives us the power to crush our competitors, not take them under our wing. This is exactly why Masako's time as CEO is finished. Oh? Your response tells me Masako must have given you similar advice. It'd be unlike her to not fully exploit an advantage, especially when she believes acquiring Infinity is the right thing to do. The corporate world will hear SSNN's story and believe Ryujin exposed Infinity because they stole from us. It sends a strong message. But acquiring Infinity could be interpreted as a safety net. Infinity tried to screw us over, yet they still survived. We need to be sending a much stronger message. If you mess with Ryujin, we'll shut you down. Period. Ryujin Industries isn't a corporation built on heart. I think you know that. The benefits may exist, but the message will be stronger. As long as everyone has Ryujin's best interests in mind, this should make for an interesting meeting. An issue? That would be a foolish move. Dalton and Alexis are the only two against it. You'd never get the rest to shut it down. As long as we have the proper safeguards and rules in place, the benefits exponentially outweigh the drawbacks. Even if we limit the usage to Ryujin Industries employees alone, the advantages are too numerous to count. Please, Ryujin's best interests are long-term success and growing profits. The internal neuroamp provides both. Now, if you'll excuse me, I still have a lot of preparations to make.
Okay. Well, it is a quick way.
I hope you're enjoying your new neuroamp.
Now we wait for everybody to come.
All right, everyone. As you all know, we've successfully exposed Infinity Ltd's botched human trials and murder for hire through SSNN. The public is demanding their leadership, namely Lucas Drexler, face trial, and he's probably writing his resignation as we speak. Ryujin will be launching a statement, but I believe now is the perfect time to acquire Infinity Ltd.
This acquisition is sure to have its financial pitfalls, but as a wise person pointed out, it would have major payoffs in the future. Plus, with their current situation, Infinity Ltd will be more affordable than ever.
Arguments?
We should be crushing our competition, not rescuing them from their own flaws. This is a weak decision, Masako, and you know it. In fact, I move that Masako be removed from CEO altogether.
Ularu, this isn't a line you want to cross.
And considering you're the mole, if anyone's going to be removed from power, it's going to be you.
Hold up. Are you saying you lied to us?
Dalton, the last meeting we had, you distinctly said Imogene was the mole, and she'd been dealt with.
Do you even have any proof to back up this outrageous claim?
Of course we do. The malicious code you hid on this slate to upload incriminating evidence against Masako onto Lucas Drexler's computer.
To put it bluntly, Ularu, you're fired. Security will hold you in your office until a proper exit interview can be done.
This isn't right. I should at least have the opportunity to resign.
And allow you to still be marketable to a competitor? I don't think so. This may be news to me, and I will be reviewing the evidence closely. But this isn't something you just get to walk away from.
Security, escort Miss Chen to her office and see that she stays put.
You'll regret this. All of you.
I believe the only regret would be trusting you to begin with.
All right, back to business. All in favor of acquiring Infinity Ltd?
Aye.
Good. Alexis, start drawing up the necessary documentation. Anyone have anything else they'd like to bring up? If there's nothing else, this meeting is concluded. I'll be following up with a few of you shortly.
So much work to do.
I'm glad we're making an
So,
effort in our appearance
Infinity Ltd learned a lesson the hard way, and we exposed the traitor among us. You've proven yourself to be quite the asset here at Ryujin. I suppose it is. Gratitude isn't something you typically hear these days in the corporate world. I truly appreciate the work you put into exposing Ularu. No operative has ever had to investigate our own to the extent that you did. I can imagine it may have been a lot of pressure, considering you were fairly new at the time.
Nothing that I'm not used to.
Imogene's instincts were right about you. Now, as promised, I have your bonus. I hope you'll find it appropriate for all you've done. And I'm promoting you to senior operative. You've more than earned it.
Thank you.
It's well deserved. As for the details, I think someone back on the operations floor would prefer to explain those to you.
Alright. I think that finished. Oh, there's to talk to Imogen. That's not the one that I wanted. That one. Should finish out this line.
If Alexis asks about me, I am not here.
You've certainly shaken things up around here. I still can't believe Ularu tried to frame me. An obvious misjudgment on my part. But now that's all in the past. It's time to get back to your typical day-to-day. It's nice to see your recent experiences haven't soured you on the company. Now, since you are new, you've been dealing with people, but most of our assignments are generated on the mission board. The board holds any available assignments that our techs have pieced together, and I've approved. Questions?
Nope.
Good. The mission board is generally self-explanatory anyway. With your promotion, you've earned yourself an office, so whenever you're ready, you can find your own personal mission board inside. And the best perk of them all, you're free to make your own hours. Oh, and congratulations, of course.
Thank you.
You certainly will. Go check out the board, and if you have any questions, I suppose I can start up an open door policy. Just for you.
Let's go see where our office is. Let's go see our office. Ooh, fancy. Oh, wow, we can do little... All right. Alright, we'll set that as the next mission.
Make it quick.
We'll head
I
back
have a
to the
deadline.
ship,
What is it?
and
I
we'll
think I
end for
found
this
something.
episode.
But it's sensitive.
Keep out of my way, and I'll keep out of yours.
Why did I go?
Mention that out here. Follow me. Let's talk somewhere more private.
I'm a little busy right now.
I better do this right. Don't want you come breathing down my neck about it.
I heard about your run-in with Tomo.